So as you guys know, we build Barndominiums on this channel. However, I like to learn about all things barns. So one thing that we get asked about a lot is horse barns, which we at the moment do not do. However, I am very curious and I really like the way horse barns, especially old horse barns, look. As you guys know, we did a project with DaddyKirbs Farms where we poured some concrete for them. Well, he's actually doing a horse barn. So I came by, kind of take a look at what he's doing, and he's going to give me a quick tour of what he has been doing, which I find extremely interesting. Here we go.
We are building what they call a Western horse barn, at least the company that we chose to buy the kit from. Yes, you can buy a barn on the internet, and we chose to do that. And they send out all of these heavy post and beam boards, pre-cut, pre-drilled, and basically the structure, the main structure, goes together like an erector set or a Lego set, and you just bolt it all together. So this is designed. It's a 40-foot wide by 36-foot deep horse barn with a center aisle and 3 12-foot by 12-foot stalls on each side. Now, we're not actually going to use it as a horse barn, even though we have horses. I built a horse barn already. We're going to use this structure for other purposes, people gathering and workshop space. So the dream of this barn really just started basically just that. It was a dream. And I started putting things on paper, sharing it with my wife, and then we started contacting people like Eric with Texas Barndominiums and sharing that dream with him. And the foundation became a reality. He shared some advice with me on how to prepare the area, which we did. My boys and I decided to put this together and use it as a bonding experience as well. And it's been a lot of fun to just start standing this up and making the dream come true. So here on the DaddyKirbs farm, there was this area that had an old lean-to type structure, and it was really kind of an eyesore and wasn't very functional. So my boys and I tore that down. We cleared out some of the scrubby trees that were over here, and I just knew that I needed a structure right here because of the way it wraps around our garden, the pathway wraps around our garden, and there was just this spot that was perfect for a barn or for some type of structure. We considered a metal building, but that just wasn't going to fit the style of the DaddyKirbs farm. So this is it. We ended up with the Sand Creek post and beam barn, and we chose this Western horse barn style.
Well, you guys know we did the slab here for DaddyKirbs, and I'm just so impressed by what he's doing, him and his boys. And hey, I like building stuff and I like learning about building stuff. So this is a pretty neat building that, I don't know, one day we might just build 1 or 2 of these if I'm not making any promises. I'm just saying maybe. You just never know.
It in some ways easier than I expected to build. Then there's other little details that make it drag out a little longer than I hoped. But the way that the material comes from the company and the way that they pre-drill and pre-cut a lot of the, I need to clarify, because the main structure is pre-drilled and mostly cut exactly how it needs to be. Then there's the purlins and the siding and a lot of the other boards you do have to cut. So I wasn't expecting that, because I thought the whole kit was just ready to go. Mostly just me and my 2 boys and maybe a friend here and there. And we've been able to do this whole thing. And we've been at this for about 2 weeks. And you can tell we're maybe halfway done. The structure's done, the roof is on, the porch is almost ready. And so it's just gonna be a matter of framing up doors and windows and putting siding on. And then all the finishing details of paint and stain and all of that. So really, it's gone pretty well.
The lumber on this barn, this is really, really old school. This 6x6 post, it's actually 6x6. This 2x6 stud right here, it's actually 2x6, just like in the good old days. So whenever he's done with it, this is really gonna look like a very old barn, like it's been here for hundreds of years. That's cool stuff. So how are you going to finish the walls?
This is an old barn technique where they use siding. This is a 1x10. This will go up one right next to each other. And then there's a 1 inch by 3 inch strip that covers the seams. It's called
like board and batten?
Exactly. It's a board and batten siding all the way around.
This is a pretty cool project that I just had to come and check out. Sorry, I'm a nerd for barns.
The doors and windows all came with the kit pre-prepared. In this structure, I chose a design that's going to have 10 windows. You can see basically there's all these squares on the side of the building. Each one of those sections is going to have a window. Then there's the 2 big sliding doors and 1 people door. I call it a people door. On the plans, it's called a walk-through door. But you can see that stack of doors right here. All pre-assembled, stacked up, ready to go. All I have to do is paint them and hang them. And then the window structure is over here. We can step around my pile of scrap wood and go check that out. Also, vents to put on the ends, the gable ends. So this will be the inside of the window, and they have these little spring-loaded. So that's for ventilation. That'll just lean inside the building. And if I choose, I can just take the whole window out and have a full opening if I need to pass, material through or for more ventilation or whatever.
How's the insulation value on these windows?
Probably very low.
They're meant to be old, right?
Yeah, it's a barn window. I don't think they're. Now, if you were building this as a house, because a lot of people do buy these post and beam structures and they build it out like a house, the windows are probably different for that.
So these are all barn doors, right? Like actual barn doors. I know they're going in a barn, but I mean they're the sliding type.
Correct. 5 foot by 9 foot sliders opening opposite direction. Same doors on both ends. One of the reasons I really love that, I chose to put the door on both ends because this building is basically east to west, and I want to be able to open it up and have that nice breeze come through here in the summertime.
All right, so as you guys can see, this is an extremely cool build and one that I just had to come check out. If you guys want to see how this barn is going to be used, go to DaddyKirbs Farms channel.
This barn started as a dream, but you guys helped make the dream a reality by providing this beautiful foundation, and that I really appreciate. Thanks for checking this out, guys. I hope to see you somewhere else.
Can we come back later and see the finished product?
Yeah, I would love for you guys to see when it's all stained and pretty, and I promise not to have piles of scrap wood laying around.
He didn't know I was going to be here. I was in the neighborhood, so I called him up. So he was not ready, but I just had to check it out because I've been following him on Instagram, and I've been kind of seeing the progress. So I just had to come over here. But anyway, we'll come back and do a full tour when it's done. I promise. Right?
Thanks a lot.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. We are Texas Barndominiums.